We are the one, the light in the dark. One heart, one world, one spark. We are the one, together we rise. One dream, one voice, one sky.
Hi, welcome to Women Empowered Across the World. And I'm Jackie Zaccoli, and I am here to help you to escort you into a whole new realm. And that realm is inviting you to be part of other parts of our world and to be able to share your life and voice to the world as you listen and absorb some of the resources that we have and the women that we are spotlighting. So we have today Anna Kucharska, and she is from Poland, and she is going to enlighten us about her world. And so go ahead, Anna, and let's see what we can glean from your past and to do what we can to enhance your future. Go ahead, Anna.
Right. First of all, I would like to thank you for the invitation, and I am honored to be here. And special thanks to Alina Pelka from Jorga's Foundation, who invited me as well. So, my background is I basically grew up in Poland and I graduated from medical university in Poland and I became psychiatrist and later I became a child psychiatrist. In 2004 I immigrated to UK and I've been living in UK until about 3 years ago. I moved to Cyprus as a part of my retirement plan, but unfortunately, I haven't actually retired because I still work in UK and recently in Jersey, UK. I first my first connection to Malawi was in 2018 through Scottish charity called Scottish Malawi Mental Health Education Project. We were volunteering as lecturers to teach medical students in Blantyre. And I got very interested in a country, its culture, people. Malawi is called warm heart of Africa. So I was absolutely sold by kindness of people. So I've been back with the same organization 3 times, but more recently I thought that I need to start to do a bit my own things. So I associated myself with Malawian NGO charity they call iMind, and they support young people with mental health problems. I currently serve as a board director of this organization, and I still have quite active role in terms of delivering teaching, training, sessions at primary school, at the university, but I also go out and provide teaching to social care professionals, to workers in orphanages. It's all around child and adolescent mental health. Literally in February this year, I registered my own foundation, which is called Community Healthy Minds, COHEM in short, which basically has a lot of different purposes, but like end goal is to raise awareness of mental health among especially rural population in Malawi, where access to information and access to services is very limited. Malawi is 20 million population and currently has 4 psychiatrists and one emerging child psychiatrist, and they only have one public hospital and one private hospital. So really access to services is very limited, and services are mostly central in big cities, and is not much around villages. So at some stage, I started thinking that I would like to set up my own hub in Malawi, in rural Blantyre, with a view of having providing activities, kind of raising awareness, teaching people how to screen for very basic mental health issues. So when we were searching, my colleagues in Malawi, we were searching for premises, we came across school which offered us a space, but school has very challenging conditions. Therefore, I thought, I'm sorry, but I have to renovate school first. So I started in October last year. School is called Nasonjo Primary School and is in small village called Mpombe, near Blantyre. This is a school which has 8 standards, because they call standard from standard 1 to standard 8. Very challenging condition, building not in great shape, windows broken, but only 10 desks for the whole school. So most children sit on a floor. Teachers don't have chairs, teachers don't have tables, they don't have learning aids, they don't have electricity, they only have one borehole for the water, and one, I would say, dysfunctional toilet block. School has more than 500 students, and I am absolutely moved or touched by the eagerness of the students to learn and participate in lessons and kind of forward with education, despite very poor infrastructure and very, very challenging conditions of classrooms. Some children walk as far as 10 miles to school because, again, there is no transport. So, cut story short, we started renovation. I just mentioned school was built in 1997, and since 1997 there haven't been any improvements or any renovation. So we started renovation about 6 months ago. I am working very, very hard to raise funds in Poland, in UK, and also in Cyprus. And up to now, we have completed 4 classrooms. We provided them classrooms with desks. We provided tables for teachers, and obviously blackboard and some learning aids. We also identified 20 very needy students with very unprivileged background who were not able to attend school due to obviously lack of funds. So we provided them with uniforms, and we provided them with kind of very basic learning like school bag and pen and pencil and notebook and shoes, and really basic need which we many of us take for granted, because we just don't even think that there are children who find it hard and parents are not able to pay for school fees or examination fees, although it is public school, but some of the fees they still need to pay. Malawi is obviously one of the poorest countries in the world, currently in first 5 poorest countries. Roughly 70% population lives in rural. Only about 30 population lives in cities, and average kind of income per person is about $1 per day. So it is really difficult to kind of sustain education for children. On top of this, children are very often prevented by parents from going to school because they have to look after siblings, or they have to work on farms, or they have to help out cook, or kind of do other things in a household. We also very quickly learned that girls are in less privileged position than boys, because there is a lot of period poverty, and when girls are unable to go to school because of lack of sanitary kind of paths and other things, they just drop out. And again, this is keeping them away from education. So having said this, we kind of provided over 200 reusable sanitary pads, because this kind of pads, as Alina knows, are the only ones who make sense in Malawi, because of lack of recycling. And we also provided school with pink box, which is a little box when we put some extra pads if they other girls needs to use them. I think it is important to say that we always use local people, not only to have some consultation, to get advice from village headmen, from village kings, but we also kind of employ local people for for painting. We have carpenter who is making desks for us. So there is a lot of involvement from local community, and we obviously, I am only going in about a month there to Malawi to kind of oversee project myself. But we already been told that a lot of hope has been installed in community, that something is actually happening and the change is happening, and children have better learning condition, and teachers say the attendance has already improved, because obviously they happier to come to school. So this is what makes me think that obviously this is like worth pursuing and worth doing. You may want to ask me, what is child psychiatrist doing renovating school? But I actually think there is a lot of link, because a lot of mental health problems starts in early childhood. A lot of it is linked to lack of education, to kind of development may not be the same if it is without socialization and without access to education. Obviously, parents' mental health may deteriorate as well if child is not going to school. But moreover, I think every child deserves a chance, and giving them access to education is also kind of trying to break poverty cycle, because obviously then they are able to go further in life and hopefully inspire other people as well, that despite adversity they are able to continue and achieve what they want to achieve.
You're muted, Jackie.
Absolutely amazing.
Thank
Absolutely
you.
amazing. Yeah, all the things that you are doing are so beautiful. It's obvious that you're joined at the hip with Alina.
Yeah.
Because you both you've really assessed, you've done a systematic way of actually looking at such impoverished an impoverished country, and then said, let's just start a little here, then we'll put it here. And so this beautiful step by step is so ideal. It's just beautiful. And as I've said in the chat, you fit right into the formula of Global Impact Network, because almost all of them have the same thread throughout the whole
Yes.
thing. And it's that combination that will be able to do more. So I appreciate that. And I have to apologize. I did not recognize the other people on this screen. So we also have guests, our hostesses, Alina, who is from Poland as well, and who has so much with her Yorgos Foundation to be able to bring into Malawi and other countries. We have Chichi Chenere, she prefers it many times, and she and I go way back about 30 years. And anyhow, her roots are in Nigeria, though she lives in California and does what she can for all kinds of empowering ways to help women. And Sibo, and she knows I can get away with saying that because I can't usually pronounce the rest of her name. And sanitary napkins is her big deal, ladies. Pay attention. And she's in South Africa with Zoko. I can't remember what it's Zoko. Anyhow, so she is also here with us, and of course Carol Witt. Carol, you want to say hello to the group since it's your group?
I'm from Malawi.
Sibo is from Malawi. Sibo is based in
That was Malawi.
Sibo's
I
from
wasn't
Malawi,
sure.
yes.
Yeah, so she knows that she knows she works with her.
Yes.
Does she?
They,
Okay.
they know one another, right?
Okay. Wasn't sure.
yes, that's why
Just want to
Sibo
be
is here,
sure.
because we collaborate.
Okay. Wanted to be sure. Didn't want to leave any stone unturned.
Yes.
And then there's Carol Witt. You want to say something, Carol?
Oh, sure. And so I'm Carol Witt, and I'm the founder and the director for YEA Global, 83 countries now. And we teach mindset. It's the biggest deal, and the 7 pillars for thriving. And we all believe we all deserve to thrive. And let's do it together.
Absolutely. Thank you, Carol. Now, do we
Yeah.
have any questions for Anna that might be able to bring up new thoughts about what's happening? She pretty much covered a lot
Yeah.
of things. She'd be a great speaker on my gin, among other things. Chi-Chi, you're on.
Thank you so much. I mean, she is dynamite. Um, absolutely, absolutely incredible work that you are doing.
Thank
And,
you.
and you mentioned something, and you said, what is a psychiatrist doing renovating schools? I think it is part of it, because actually is the biggest big deal in what you're doing, because when kids have access to education and mind clarity, and it's not, people say it's not what you do for them, it's when you show them that you care.
Yeah.
to actually step out of the box and start renovating. It just got my mind going like, wow, to really take that step forward, dig in and thinking about children. This is one of the reasons why I do my clean water project, because when you think about children walking miles just to go get a clean drinking water, and sometimes when the water comes, it's not even clean. You have to find other ways to process it. So every little count. But I think that the shoes that you are wearing right now, it fits right into your education. Okay, it's not just that you are giving them clear mindset, you're actually setting them free. One thing I want to say to anyone who is listening is that African kids are very appreciative. They love education. You can sit them inside the water. They can walk 30 miles just to go to sit inside the classroom. It does not matter. But what you are doing is that you are elevating them. You are sincerely bringing hope to so many people. And I just want to applaud you and give you your flowers for doing that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful, Chichi. You're absolutely
Yeah.
right. Alina.
Yeah, to what Chichi already said, I would like to emphasize the complexity of the problem, because it's not only about desks, right? It's
Mm,
also about giving dignity to girls that sometimes can't afford underwear. So for
yes.
girls sitting on the floor, the
Oh,
problem is even bigger.
yes.
Sanitary pads, toilets that are not also provide nice conditions and dignity, yes, to use them. It is also a part of period poverty. Lack of clean water, mentioned
Yeah.
by Chichi, lack of toilets, lack
Mm,
of desks. These are like puzzles that when we put them together, they create the full picture. So thank you very much, Anna, for what you are doing. As we already discussed, yeah, we are ready to join efforts, join hands,
yeah.
and work together for children in Malawi, wherever or whatever we do, we will do for sure. But I would like also to ask a question. My question is concerns health, mental health issues. Yes. So what
Mhm.
you as a medical doctor, what do you consider the biggest problem related to mental health in Malawi?
Uh, well, from what I can gather, and generally Malawi is very young society, so more than 50% of population is age 18 and below, and mental health problems are on increased, and suicide is on increased in kind of this group of adolescents, really, and especially young men. So this is obviously there are various reasons for it. I think depression and other mental health illnesses as such obviously might be a reason, but the biggest reason what people talk about is unemployment, lack of education, deprivation, basically even unemployment, lack of any activities, turning to alcohol, turning to substances. This is a massive problem. Uh, Not in the school I'm renovating, but the school nearby. There were 3 suicides in last 3 months, children age 12. So it is really very, very alarming. And obviously, we know there is a lot of stigma attached to mental health as well, and to some extent also witchcraft, that these people might be possessed and families are shamed for kind of having suicide or mental health problems in a family. But it's definitely, I feel that addressing it at the stage that illness is already developed is obviously a good thing, but we should start from the very beginning and kind of raise awareness how to spot people with mental health crisis, how to help them, where to signpost them, how to provide really basic psychological first aid like physical first aid. So I think there is a lot of kind of people who, especially in rural villages, they just simply they don't know, because how would they know? There is no access to information, no access to education, no access to support. So hence problems are really massive, I would say, massive, and obviously on increase, which is very sad.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thibaut.
Okay. Hi, Anna. When you
Hello.
was explaining about, oh, I'm from Malawi, by the way. I was
I know
born
I
from the
watched your
northern part of
I
Malawi.
watched your podcast, Sivo.
Oh, okay. So when you was explaining about the way that you encountered a school that had a poor environment, you took me back then when I was young, when I was in primary level. I'm one of the students that suffered a very poor learning environment. When I was I should say from standard 1 up to standard 5,
Yeah.
I used to learn under the tree. So that's how I used to access my education under the tree until I reached standard 6. So we only had, at our primary school, we only had three school blocks. So when you are in standard 6, that's when you shifted to go to in class. But then from standard 1 up to standard 5, we used to learn under the tree. So I know how it feels to have access to education and learning under the tree. And I've seen most of my friends dropping out of school because of the condition that we used to experience then. So what I wanted to say is I really appreciate the work that you're doing here in Malawi. And talking of mental health thing, really serious problem here in Malawi that we are having. Like I read a lot of cases last year, even like a child aged 9 committing suicide, some 12 years committing suicide. So you said something to say we have to teach them while they are young, to provide counseling sessions while they are young. That's very true, because as you can see the cases that the kids are committing suicide at the age of 9, that clearly shows that the problem starts while they are young. Maybe also it starts with the family issues. So what we are doing here in Malawi is I'm amazed, honestly. It's really great that you're doing that in Malawi. We need more people like you, and we really appreciate.
Thank you. I came across when I go to schools a lot of students saying they feel a lot of pressure, academic pressure, but they also feel a bit misunderstood by parents, because parents don't quite understand how can you express issues of mental health problems if we providing everything for you and you are able to attend school. So that's even I think parents needs a lot of psychoeducation and awareness of how your child may feel, because there is a very kind of worrying trend, as I said, that in last 3 months there was about 150 suicides, and out of it was 125 there were young men, and they unfortunately use quite drastic methods like hanging and pesticide or rat poison. So obviously they usually succeed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question for you. I have a friend that is learning. He's learning an organization called Legacy Foundation that they provide counseling like mental health issues. So one day I was interacting with him, and he was saying that they are facing a lot of challenges, especially like he deals with rural areas. So he said something to say, whenever they go to rural areas, there are times that they are chased away by these people. Like they
Yeah.
don't want to have people like handling mental health issues in the rural areas. So I wanted to ask if you also face such kind of challenges, and what are how do you I should say, how do you deal with such kind of challenges if you do encounter them?
Well, I think targeting schools it is very good idea because obviously it is like a part of education, and hopefully getting to parents through children as well. So even inviting parents to schools. What we doing with iMind, the other organization, is we also opening health well-being clubs in schools and at the university where obviously young people can come and talk about anything. But you're absolutely right, Sibu. The rural areas is very, very difficult because there is a lot of social shaming, and even people who receive help, they are ostracized by the rest of the community, and it's just not good. So I think just it is a bit like really baseline groundwork, but it just has to be done. You just have to go there and carry on and carry on and carry on despite difficulties and challenges, because otherwise you won't achieve anything if you just give up and say, yeah, sorry.
Beautiful. Well, I
Wow.
think you have some good ideas about the universities and, of course, in clubs that would be great. And also, if you unite with other groups that are doing things. We're running out of time, and I want to
Yeah.
be sure that, Chichi, do you have something real quick like to say because we're out of time?
Yes, I just wanted to piggyback on what Sibo said. And Alena, Anna, you already mentioned that. Sometimes people think that when people are having mental health, like you say, is a voodoo issue. So coming in with education to let them know that there is a chemical imbalance in their life that is triggering it, that is super important. And here in campuses, we have what they call NAMI in campuses. And that's what it deals with. It deals with kids who are having mental issues, and they can come together, collaborate, and talk about it. So that will also be a good thing to implement. And again, I can't give you enough kudos for what you are doing. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Beautiful.
you.
Beautiful.
We also thinking about implementing friendship bench, the concept
Oh,
from Zimbabwe,
Mm.
when obviously people can sit and talk together, and peer support, which is important. There's a lot of ideas, but it just takes
beautiful.
time and
Just
effort, and
slowly go along.
yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Anna. We're going to
thank
have
you.
to close now, and we're very grateful for all that you're doing and the awareness that you have brought us. And we
Mm.
encourage the public to pay attention, and any area that you could possibly assist in Anna's plight or her work in Malawi. If you're doing anything similar in other countries, perhaps aligning with her, we will have information about her when we bring up the recording of today. And we do encourage you to be part of our group, to subscribe to our group on YouTube so that we can bring more women to the forefront and be able to really handle some of these things that need action. They just need action, and you know darn well the women are going to be able to do that. We need to have the men, of course, with us. However, let's go make this happen. So remember that we're all here to thrive, and so let's thrive together. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay,
There's no divide, peace and love on